All right, here's the drone video for tract 51 at Timber Shoals Ranch. 3-acre tract, there we go, tract 51. Direct frontage on the Corps of Engineer line at Bull Shoals Lake. This is one of the, I guess what I would call the view tracts. We have a few of these tracts along the west side where you could potentially have just a once-in-a-lifetime lake view. So as we look to the north, you can kind of see the road there. The property sits to the left of the road, where the truck is parked, right on the gravel easement road. So as we pan up to the north, lake on the left, of course. To the right, you can see that meadow. We'll talk a little more about that in a second. But so now as we look westerly, we're looking over the property. This is actually an early spring video. We have a few leaves coming out, and obviously cedar trees. So as we look to the south, that's the property on the right. So the dark green trees being the cedar. The lighter trees that are just getting their leaves would be the hardwood trees, probably some oak and hickory and whatnot on there. So now I think we're going to go way up and get an overview of the property. Very, very pretty. About 275 feet of direct frontage on the Corps of Engineer take line. So you can walk right to the water, although it does get steep on the west side. It's not a bluff, but it is steep. I think we'll be able to see that a little more as we continue with the video here. So looking to the west, there's Bull Shoals Lake. Incredible lake, so popular, just full of fish, and I mean jet ski and everything on that lake. It's great. Looking to the north, you can see the easement road, and on the left of that meadow, you can see where the easement road toward the northern end of the meadow hooks up with the Moark Road. As we pan to the right, there's State Line Cove, and that's one place where we've put a pontoon boat in the water. We've put jet skis in the water. There's kind of a primitive launch there. And now we're looking down south over the peninsula, which is Timber Shoals Ranch. At the very southern tip, that's another place where we've launched a pontoon boat and jet skis. Across the lake there, toward the upper left, that's Tucker Hollow Marina. And now looking basically due west over the property. Truck parked on the road, of course. So now I believe we're going to fly out over the lake and then spin on back and take a look at this. I'm hoping that in this video we have a shot. There's a house built toward the north side of Timber Shoals Ranch. And the topography is similar to this tract. And the house just has, I mean, an unbeatable lake view. And these tracts here, this limited number of tracts on this west side, could potentially have a very similar lake view, because you have to have the right topography for that to get that kind of sweeping lake view. There you can see the house that I was speaking of. To the right of that is the easement road that comes on down, the gravel easement road. Okay, so keep an eye on that house. See, basically he's got his driveway there, and then it starts to gently slope. And he's built his house fairly close to the Corps of Engineer take line, and opened up the trees, and I mean the view is just stunning. So now we're looking east. The dark green trees are the cedar. Roughly in the center of the video would be the property. Can't see the truck on the road here. Pulling back, pulling back. Corps of Engineer Lake, Bull Shoals is, just like Table Rock Lake and some other lakes in the area. It was fairly early in the morning here. That's why we've got the sun coming off that lake as we look toward the east. So I think what we're about to do is get really low and then fly back to the east, because I want to show, hopefully we'll be able to show that, I mean, it is steep. That's what gives it the view, but it's not what I would call a bluff. And you'll see that in a second when we get right to the west side of the peninsula and then look to the north or to the south. But I mean, this topography, it's so rare to have this type of topography, and that's basically what you need to ever get this lake view. Just a beautiful lake. They hold bass fishing tournaments, national bass tournaments here. You can fish all year, I'm told. You'll want to buy a combo license from Missouri and Arkansas. because depending on where you go on the lake, you could be in either state, but I think it's just an extra $10 to add an additional state. Okay, so slowly heading to the east, and now we're going to pan to the north and hopefully kind of get a look at that topography. Almost need to get further to the east. It's tough when we're doing these drone videos because you just have that tiny screen and it's so bright out, it's tough to really see what's what. And I really hope we get a little lower than this. It's starting to look a little better. So now, I mean, we're actually over the Corps of Engineer land, but you can see the topography looking off to the right, much higher, and then as you move toward the lake. We heard a boat when we were doing the video and turned the drone to look at the boat. It was pretty early on Saturday morning, but that guy was ready for some fun. So now as we move slowly to the east, you can see where, I mean, it's definitely steep, but it's not a bluff. Not what I would call a bluff. It's walkable. So now we'll be transitioning from the core land to the private land, to the property itself, and then eventually back up to the road. It's a good mix of timber. I mean, you've got a lot of cedar, but there's hardwood in there as well. So pretty nice. Definitely feel free to come and explore this. We can send you the MapRight link that we use every day on properties. It's fantastic. You need to get the free app. But definitely check out InstantAcres.com first to see if this is available and all that good stuff. You can call us in the office, or you can email us at sales@instantacres.com. Gorgeous property. I mean, just to open up that view would make this unreal for a cabin or for a home or just for a campsite. There are some basic property covenants at Timber Shoals Ranch. You can check those out. I don't think they're very restrictive at all, but we definitely want to keep the area nice and protect everybody's investment. So if you look to the north, the land is on the left side of the road. Beautiful, beautiful land, wow. Yeah, check it out at instantacres.com. Let us know if you have any questions. We would love to hear from you.